Greetings and salutations of peace. Welcome to the wisdom coming from the Rastafari movement. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself, the master blaster jamming. I am the Rastafari, Ital, Iman I. This wisdom we bring to you, we feel that is apropos that there are not many black leaders, black organizations bringing information of the year 2012 and the already now polar ice shift, which will climax in the year 2012, only 5 years away. We bring you this information that you see this scenario more clearly. We have left the fifth day, this last 360 days of the Maya cycle. It was said last year as we stepped into the fifth day that it would be a year of experiencing an influx of energy of higher vibration. We are now moving into the next 360 days, termed the fifth night. And it's the fifth night in the cycle of 13. First night, i.e. the first day starts first, then the first night, second day, second night, etc. until the seventh day. The fifth day and fifth night are the breaking points. We are there now of the cycle. The tip of the iceberg, readying for the next evolutionary step in creation. To some, the fifth day and night are referred to as the budding cycles. The buds that appear are needed. They are needed to be there to become potent for the blooming during the sixth day, the flowering in November 2008. At present, there are outer layers of this vibration. They are falling off. They are falling away, giving way to what holds to be the most potent and potential for the new flowering next year. We as black people should now catch the wave of influence, which is power designed for our redemption. This is the day of the coming of the Lords of Time, the coming of the Holy Mothership Nibiru. Let us fast, let us pray, it is that time. Let us pray in harmony that the ancient prophecy be fulfilled, for it is written in a place for us to see. Where two or more gather agreeing on the same thing, the power of the gods will reside in our midst. It is time we gather as one, call upon our mighty God who resides on Nibiru, that we be gathered from the pole shift which is imminent. The cycles of time have been counted. The hour is at hand. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself, called Master Blaster Jamming. It has been said that the future can be known by taking a look at the past. This is how we measure time. To name a few events of the fifth day and night in previous cycles, the Ice Age is a 160,000 year cycle. Dark Ages, 394 year cycle, and World War II and the Depression was only a 19.7 year cycle, as each underworld takes place in shorter durations of time. The galactic cycle, which we are now in, the fifth night cycle, is 360 days long. So it won't last as long as previous cycles. This is a time, the short part, we should make sure to align ourselves with this part by following the guide laid out for us at our home website, www.unn13.com. We ask you to go to that site to align yourself with this wisdom. There are unbelievers amongst us. We are here to set the record straight as black men. So we start here in retrospect 5/5/2000, the Superberg B-15, 183 miles long and 23 miles wide, broke off the Ross ice shelf last March, i.e. in the year 2000. In the month of March, it broke off. By May, it had broken into two parts, and directions about 20 miles. I wish to show you here, or reveal, the wisdom coded in nature. The Superberg, named B-15, is 183 miles long. 1 plus 8 plus 3 equals 12. For from 5/5/2000, there's 12 years. There were 12 years to the year 2012, the date the Maya calendar ends. Also, the 23 miles and resonant number of Sirius is number 23. It had broke into two parts and directions about 20 miles. So we can plainly see an esoteric message here of the culmination of the end of the pole shift, or the breaking away of the ice at the poles. In other words, it's a progression. When one falls, there is a delayed period of time, regardless of how long. When you fall, there's not a sudden boom. It takes some time. So this pole shift, which started May 5th, the year 2000, has been a progression which culminates in the year 2012. Note, solar flares peak in frequencies every 11 years. From the great flares that started in 1999 and the year 2000, they will be getting greater and greater and greater. Thus we have earthquakes, tornadoes, every natural disaster that's going on, fires catching everywhere. So around 2012, all this stuff will be getting greater and greater and greater due to the solar flares. The closer Nibiru gets to the earth, the more we feel it. The sun wreaks havoc. It just goes crazy and shoots out solar flares all over the place. I wish now to tell you the wisdom we found when May 5th, the year 2000 came. First, we thought nothing was going to happen. Then I said, well, let me gather my family up. And I ran to the base of the Grand Canyons, where I was taken in by a Havasupai Indian family who envisioned my arrival. So, the number 12. On the 7th day of being down under, 12 days later, traveling from a 26-degree arch, on the 5th, the 5 naked eye planets fit into a 19-degree arch of elliptical longitude. Venus passed less than 1 degree from Jupiter at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. 12 years from 5/5/2000 is 2012. That equals 5. The Maya calendar ends. So we can see that people such as Richard Noon, who authored the book Ice to Ultimate Disaster 5/5/2000, who I had a chance to interview at WRFG Radio Atlanta from his retreat in Eagle Eyrie, Carolina, on the 20th anniversary of Earth Day celebration. So he was not crying wolf. The poles have shifted. The culmination will be the year 2012. So this ends the first part of this discourse dealing with the year 2012 and the already now polar ice shift, which started May 5th in the year 2000. This is the first tape in that discourse. The second tape will be called the Parable of Move, showing other wisdom, telepathic wisdom, which we have, which started the 5th day, of the ancient Maya galactic underworld. You are now in tune. On the one, the force itself, master blaster jamming. I am the Rastafari, Ital, Iman I. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for part 2 of this discourse. Peace.